Oh, and welcome to another episode of Diary of a Coin Dealer. I actually filmed this yesterday, and for whatever reason, I lost the file when I tried to upload it, and then I didn't have the energy. So you're getting it today. In today's episode, I'm just gonna have a rundown of the month. Really, it's been pretty good. I will talk about other things. I've got a lot of gold in today. You're going to get that video tomorrow, though. There's some shipwreck coins. Two of them been sold. I have reserved one for another gentleman I know, so he'll get first dibs on that. Otherwise, he might not buy from me in the future because there's a few coins where I said I'll put it to one side and then it come in and it wasn't the quality. So whatever. But yeah, I say this month, last month, July, crazy. I've been working very part-time hours. I set the target at 2830. So 2830 is essentially the bare minimum I need to get by. I must have worked maybe 2.5 weeks. I had a lot of days in bed, just recuperating. There seems to be a reoccurring theme at the moment where I do paperwork and then I spend 2 days in bed, and I need to kind of work out a way that it's sustainable. Whether it means I do say 15 minutes worth of paperwork a day, it just seems to fry my brain so much at the moment that it puts me down for a few days. But yeah, it has been a crazy month. So 2830 was the goal, and I end up clearing. Well, I haven't tallied it. I need to tally it today, but I end up clearing about 3.7. Considering I am working part time, that was crazy. But I've always known this over the years. I've always known that my line of work has diminishing returns. So I used to say to people, to make 3 grand is actually relatively simple trading coins. To make the big money, to go into the 5, 6, and sometimes 8 category, it's getting blood out of a stone. And clearly, I did that for so long that it didn't work. In terms of what's selling and what isn't, 1 ounce coins are still having a torrid time. It's not been fun in that arena. There's too many dealers. There's too many people wanting to sell. So the price is being pushed down. A lot of people can't afford the 1 ounces anymore. Cost of living crisis. I did get a slightly smaller than a 1 ounce coin today. I will show you. This will be the only one I show on this video. So this is 100 Corona. Didn't particularly want it. However, due to what came in, it was worth taking it. I don't think it's fair to turn around to my supplier and say, well, actually, I want all kind of the easy bits, but I'm not interested in the other. It's kind of, you have to take it all. That's part and parcel of trading coins, and that's fine. There's so much stuff I've had in the past where it's just been added on and I've sat on it for years. Like, that's probably one of the reasons why I did well as well. I had a lot of old stock. It was in the lockup, and I just thought, just get rid of it. Some of it, I don't want to say shite. It's not shite. There's, like, I don't buy crap things. It's more, they're so random and they're kind of difficult to move because, say I've got a £2 silver coin and I got one of them. That's great if you can make £5 on it, happy days. But some of the stuff I'm taking a loss on, and it's so random. It's kind of the time. Like, give me uniformity any day of the week, because say I get 10 sovereigns in, I'll list 10 sovereigns. It's one listing. Someone might buy all 10 of them. It's one packaging, one set of paperwork. When you've got lots and lots of random stuff and the business isn't streamlined, and mine hasn't been for most of the time that I've been doing it, I have been working towards that. It becomes an issue because there's only so many hours in a day. If you're a one-man band, I had it. There was a gentleman who messaged me, and in the past I would have done this. So I put dimes down to 170 plus post. I just want rid of them. Just get them out the door, get the cash flow in, put them into something that's more profitable. Maybe pay down some debt. That's not a problem. And then a gentleman saw it and he sent me a message and he said, well, can you help me with my date run? And I said, I'm sorry, I can't. Not 170 a coin. I'm making 9p profit before I've taken out VAT. There's not enough hours in the day, so I'll politely decline. I don't mean that in a rude way. I am a one-man band. I don't have the time to sit down and go for 300 dimes to see for the years that you want. And some of them you'd probably reject anyway. I didn't say that part. Some of them will probably get rejected anyway because they're washers. They're just not really good enough to go into a date run. They're not even gap fillers because they're not good years. They're just bullion coins. I say bullion. They're just currency coins. So yeah, I've kind of whittled that down. I haven't really done that much on the coins. I'll be straight. The coins takes a lot of time and energy. It's always finding the stock. Now I've got a professional network. I do have old sellers come back. The last order you would have seen, that was someone who used to buy from me. He's come back. He's done me a favor. If anything, I think he was more than generous with some of the bits. Some of the bits did very well, and I'm just like, oh, thanks. I needed that. So my month went from being, it might be a bit of a slog here within my current means, current energy levels, to actually, I've done all right. I'm what, close to £1,000 over target, and I'm using a rolling average, so I just got to deduct that from the rest. So you have 3 months where you're £1,000 over, and I get a free month. It's not a problem. So looking forward, like this month and next month, this month I've got a bit of a touch because I've already got £1,200 in the coffers. Crazy, day one. I've got £1,200 in the coffers. Now that's because I've already got a buy lined up for some postage stamps, and I'm getting a tax rebate. How that has happened, I'm getting a VAT rebate, which you think is a great thing. And as soon as it comes, I was like, this is awful. I do not want a rebate because I know they're going to go through my books. I'm not really worried about them going through my books. I run my book very clean. The problem is, it's the time and it's the stress of them going through your books. Now, if they phoned me up and said, can you tell me about this transaction? I'd be like, yes, but the state I've been in recently, the stress will probably push me over the edge. So I'm getting a rebate from them. That's £600 odd. And then I had a load of international stamps that I couldn't do anything with. I spoke to a dealer. A dealer bought some of my second class. And I said, do you take them? And he said, yeah, I'm paying 40% for these, 15% for these. That was 160 quid in the coffers. And I was like, I haven't really done anything. So this month I'm going to dedicate more to kind of self-care, getting out, walking, doing all the right things. I don't want to fall into bad habits and be like, oh, well, I'm going to hit my target. I used to do this. I'd hit my target and I'd be like, no, I want to make another grand. I want to make another 2 grand. I want to make another 5 grand. Yeah, I've been there. I've done that. And obviously it didn't work. Financially, it kind of did. But from a health perspective, it was like being in a car crash. It wasn't great. So I don't particularly want to do that. But the month after as well, I've got some very big hitters coming back from grading. Whatever grade they come in, even if they come in at 69, I'm doing well. So that's good. That's good for me. It means I can get the rest in because I am still recovering. I'm 4 or 5 months in and I'm still poorly. I'm still having issues, but that's okay, because it is getting better. I had it yesterday where for about 15 minutes I was like, I feel fine. It was the first time I'd felt fine, like properly fine. And then I didn't. So yeah, in terms of like what I'm seeing on the groups, everything's going to bid. So I chucked out some coins yesterday. I traded some stamps. So there was a dealer, he put up 14 2-ounce goose coins. I said, look, I've got a load of first class stamps. I know you use them. Do you want to trade? And they're like, okay, we can trade. That's not a problem. So I traded that. And some of them weren't good coins. And I don't blame the dealer. I don't actually think it was the dealer. What happened was there was one coin loose. And I think it rattled in the package. Because there's kind of like, you get the edge marks on the coin. And I was like, well, I'm taking a loss on them. But it's worked on cash flow. But people were trying to bid me down on that. So I put some of those coins up for £50. I paid 55 a coin. And people were like, well, what's your best price for this? And I was saying, I'm not taking any bigger loss. So unfortunately, the price is the price. I think they're still good value at that price. They're probably a £60 and up coin anyway. I sold 3 of them for £57.50 just to get them off the books. But the groups are very much like that. Everything is going to haggle, and some things you have to haggle down, and some things, you don't. You just need to know your worth on certain coins. Like, for example, I don't really haggle on sovereigns. If someone's buying 10, I'll chuck in free postage. That's not a problem. But if someone's like, well, can you take off £10 a coin? It's like, nah, it's not happening. Don't need to. I just don't need to. I don't mean that in a rude way. Everyone's got to eat. That's not a problem. But there's a lot of coins out there that are getting listed, good quality stock. It's not selling it. Some of it's not even getting a reaction on it. So is that the cost of living? I think so. Is it coins have become less collectible? I don't really think it's that. I think people are tightening their budgets to the point that coins have become a luxury rather than something that you could buy every month. I do deal with some people who they even turn around and said, I've gone from buying 2 sovereigns to 1 sovereign. And I think that's like that for a lot of people, and it's showing on the groups. Now, you could argue that come September it might pick up. Who knows? It is the summer holidays, remember, but who knows? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one, which will be tomorrow. I've already filmed it. I just need to put it on. So take care, guys. Bye.